Once again, this is Jesse from cigarjack.net. Get ready to do another video review here. This week, or today, I'm going to take a look at the Padron 6000 Maduro, which is is a Torpedo Vitola, the 1000 lines from Padron. It's obviously a Nicaraguan Puro, and I think I spent just over $6 for this cigar, so it's not reasonable price. This one itself is very firm, a little bit, feels kind of light, but not bad. Maybe one slight soft spot. This one looks very well made and actually a fairly nice looking cigar, I think. I have ran into recently, kind of pains me to say this because Padron has been one of my favorite brands for quite a while. But I've had some that looks like they should have been seconds, or they shouldn't even come out of the factory. And so I've just been looking a little bit closer when I pick these cigars up anymore. So that's just something to keep in mind. So let's go ahead and clip this and light it up. The draw is real nice. I'm really right off the bat getting kind of a coffee, earthiness to me, just a little touch of wood there. Definitely something more earthy on this one. So anyway, let's go ahead and light it up. Actually, there's kind of a strong woodiness coming out in the first few puffs here, but that's usually not indicative of what the whole cigar will be like. So let's give it a second here. And definitely some woodiness there, some chocolate, coffee, very kind of earthy flavors, and it's kind of what I expect out of these. So I'm going to go ahead, give this a few minutes, get into the cigar, and for it to warm up a little bit, and check back in. Okay, so I'm about 10 minutes into the cigar here. It's burning at a nice, fairly slow pace, I think. Burn line's just a little bit off, but it's not bad, and the ash is holding on beautifully. And as far as the flavors go, overall, there's kind of it's got a little bit of a tingle when it hits the mouth and, exhale out the nose. So there's a little bit of spice there. Not overpowering, though. It's kind of got a little bit of a heavy, creamy texture in the mouth. Just a touch. It kind of adds a little bit of smoothness to it. And it's still got those woody notes. Definitely like some darker chocolate flavors there. Just that touch of underlying spice in there, not overpowering. It just kind of adds a little bit of interest to it. So overall, so far, it's starting out real nice. So I can't complain. And I'm gonna give this a few more minutes. I don't have really much to say yet. Nothing's really of interest has developed besides those flavors. So check back in a few minutes. Okay, so I took had some technical difficulties here, so it took me a little longer to get around to shooting the video for this, what I meant to be the halfway point, but it's more of like we're starting the final third here. Draw got a little bit tight, so I had to open it up a little bit. Not a big deal. Just clipped a little bit more off the end. Burn is really even yet. I'd say it's probably going to fall in a medium to full-bodied smoke. Probably medium strength. Got a medium full flavor profile. And it's still, there's a woodiness, and it feels like almost the spice is coming from that woody flavor, maybe like a little bit of cedar or oak. Definitely some chocolate in there, with a dark, kind of bitter chocolate, not so much like a sweet milk chocolate. And kind of that coffee, which that dark chocolate and coffee sometimes for me kind of blend together just a little bit. I'll also say maybe there's some, maybe a faint nutty flavor kind of lingering back there too in the background. It still has kind of got that creaminess to it, which is kind of surprising, even with that little bit of spice and the woodiness. Sometimes you don't see creaminess in a cigar that has kind of a predominant woody flavor to it. I'm not sure if the wood's really dominant here. This is definitely probably has more earthy overtone with the coffee and the chocolate in there. So overall, it's really smoking well. If you let it sit down for just a little bit, it keeps burning, but it really doesn't put off much smoke unless you're actually puffing on it, which is nice. So I'm going to go ahead and smoke a little bit more of this, finish it off, and I'll wrap it up and give you a few of my thoughts on it when I finish it off. Alright, just about ready to finish this cigar off. Not too much left, starting to get a little bit warm. And still those same consistent flavors are there. I think maybe it's getting a little bit more spicy. It's not like a real heavy like black pepper flavor. It's just kind of like a rich chocolate, maybe almost I was gonna say the spice, almost reminds me a little bit like a red chili cayenne or something. I've had some. My wife's a chocoholic, so occasionally I wear some of these exotic chocolate bars out there when I stop at the place I buy my cigars, and they got one that's got a mix of chocolate and like a red pepper and like a chili of some type in it. And that's what this kind of reminds me of. It's got that rich, earthy chocolate with a little bit of heat to it. So overall, I mean, I've been a big fan of these for a long time. It just, my complaint is I've had some lately that I honestly don't think should have made it out of the factory. So just when you pick up a couple, you may want to just look them over before you actually grab them. And it's smoking real well. I mean, the burn is fantastic. I'm smoking a little faster than I like, but that could be me. I tend to smoke them a little fast sometimes. One thing, I mean, this is, I mean, I kind of consider these when I'm, when I want a good cigar like this, I'll reach for these if I can't quite afford the Padron 26 or 1964 Maduros. So overall, I highly recommend this cigar. I mean, this is one of the Padron is one of the mainstays of the industry. I mean, they can kind of get by in name recognition alone. And as far as this one goes, I mean, this is probably my favorite of the 1,000 lines next to the 3,000. So overall, great smoke. So I'm going to wrap this up and check back later for another video review, and please leave some comments. Let me know what you think, what I can do better. I'm kind of getting started on this, still feeling a little bit uncomfortable in front of the camera, so, but I definitely appreciate any constructive criticism. So that's all. Take care. you.